Crazy.
Can you imagine the government treating everybody like they're in kindergarten?
It's nap time.
It's nap time.
Nappy time, everybody.
Oh my goodness.
Take a 2-hour nap.
It's coming. It's coming.
So it's like,
Woo! Okay, so we'll welcome Hunter to the podcast, to Rogues Rite.
ooh.
Have you ever been on a podcast before?
Yeah, Joe Rogan's podcast last week.
Oh, really?
No.
What the heck
man,
are you doing here then?
No, this
Get
is my,
on with your life.
This is my
Get
first,
out of this crappy
this
little
is my
basement.
First. We're not in a basement. No, come on.
We're in a studio.
Thank
Made
you.
fun of
A
my
studio
crappy little
basement.
Yeah, this is my first podcast, so
Cool. So, I have a question for you guys. How well did you sleep last night?
I didn't sleep very well at all, actually.
Sad.
So
Yeah.
I slept good, other than I just had to wake up early. I would have slept probably until like 10.
I mean, it
But-
wasn't terrible for me. I slept alright. It was like, it wasn't the best. I've had better sleeps.
Right, yeah. That was me last night. Or not last night, but the night before last night.
Mm-hmm.
But, I guess the next question would be, did either of you guys fall asleep before midnight?
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, me neither. Which is what we're going to talk about today, because it seems like we all have pretty much the same problem, which is we don't sleep like normal human beings should.
I'm pretty sure most normal human beings
Actually, you're
actually
probably
sleep the
right.
same
It
way.
is actually normal now,
Yeah.
but I guess I should say
Healthy?
human beings. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't tell you when I woke up, though. I know I've slept a long time, just
Right.
not well.
Well, but I mean, they've actually done studies on that too that show like sleep between the hours of like 9 p.m. and 7 a.m. is actually more efficient than sleep between the hour sleep after midnight.
Well, that
into
would
the
definitely be
afternoon.
true for most of the 9 to 5 jobs.
I guess you're right. But yeah, so that's true. That study could definitely be
Bias because of the 9 to 5
well,
occupation.
I wouldn't say biased, just misleading, unintentionally misleading. Because most adults in America work 9 to 5 jobs. But so I've got an article here from the Sleep Foundation called Technology in the Bedroom.
Uh-oh.
So insufficient asleep. What are you laughing at?
Me.
Uh-oh. We're about to get called out. So here's the problem we're talking about today. Insufficient sleep affects nearly 35% of American adults, 25% of young children, and as many as 72% of high school students.
Whoa.
High school students.
72%?
72% of
That's
high
a
school
lot.
students. Yeah, so while many factors can harm sleep, technology in the bedroom is a growing problem affecting people of all ages. First of all, the way that this article is written is actually a little bit leading. Not a little bit, a lot leading. So you'll notice this sentence here doesn't say technology directly affects whether they're getting enough sleep or not, but it says that it's a growing problem affecting people of all ages. Which makes sense. I think common sense would kind of link those two things together. Like, we don't necessarily need studies to find out that being on your cell phone and how easily that sucks up time would affect how much sleep you end up getting. But I mean, there is a correlation there, obviously, but...
Yeah. I mean, I'm on my phone at night all the time because I like watching YouTube documentaries like till like the wee hours of the morning.
Heck
The wee
yeah.
hours of the morning.
Wee hours of the morning. Yeah.
Right, which I think is actually something like a lot of people do. I mean, not necessarily watching documentaries, but like being on their phone.
Cat videos.
That is a time sucker right there. Hey, I don't watch cat videos. I watch how to kill cat. No, I'm just kidding. I don't like cats.
How long has this been and you've already killed the cat?
My name is Curiosity. No, I'm just kidding. But it makes perfect sense. I mean, how were either of you guys on your phone last night?
He's got this massive mane.
Hair.
Yeah, let me just
feels
poke around the.
Peel back the mane.
How many hours did he get to sleep?
No, actually, were either of you guys on your phone before you went to bed last
Yes.
night?
I was
Yes,
on my
guilty
phone
as charged.
legit right before I went to bed.
I was on my phone until I fell asleep, I think.
Right.
Oh, I've
I-
never done that.
Really?
Never?
Just where you have
Like
your phone
if
going?
like you're watching YouTube.
I've done that with like a video, but
Yeah,
not, like
that's
I've never been like scrolling,
Oh,
like
yeah,
say
that's
like
never
on
happened to
social
me.
media and
Oh.
been like,
I have had the
You're
phone
really
like
tired.
fall out of my hands before and hit me in the
Hit you in the
face.
face.
I hate when that
It's
happens to me all the
I've
time.
seen the
I'm like,
meme and I'm like, that's happened to
It's
me.
like this little.
It
It's not even a
sucks.
pound, right? It's not even close to a pound.
Yep.
You never thought something so light could be so
You see that?
heavy.
Hit you
That's
in
from
the
your
face.
phone.
No, I'm
It's gonna be like the new. Oh goodness.
This is the new the new Lego weapon.
no,
Is dropping the phone on your face.
that's gonna, yeah.
But I mean, either way, it's definitely a serious problem. Where was I going with that? Okay, so let's go ahead and read the rest of this article. In the National Sleep Foundation's 2011, so I mean, this is kind of old. So I wonder if it's worse or if it's gotten better. Because I do think that there's already people who have been starting to solve this problem.
Mm-hmm.
Or trying to. I mean, really, I think what solving this problem boils down to is self-control.
Yeah. I don't understand what else would be the. So
Way to solve it.
you told me that this is the topic you wanted to do, and last night I was like, okay, look. The only solution is to just not have your phone by your bed when you're going to sleep. Like,
Right.
it's the only
Before
solution.
you go upstairs or something.
Yeah,
your
just put
phone
it
on
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that does work. But the problem is, like, people don't want to do that.
I know. I know well.
Right.
A lot of people don't care
So-
at all.
They don't care. And I wonder if is there a way that we can solve that problem with, like, education of how significantly the compounded sleep deprivation is actually going to affect your life?
I was actually thinking because of how many people are in college, so if they could do a study with college students where they had a control group that they didn't tell to do anything and just tracked their grades, and then they had a control group that would, or they didn't have control, they had a group of people that would, they would make a commitment that if they followed where they had their phone away from their bed from like 9. You are hungry, man. I can hear you. His stomach
Did
just
I get
growled.
up on the
It
mic?
wasn't on the mic.
Oh, okay. Well, but if they had another group of people decide to commit to put their phones away before they sleep, and maybe another group of people doing something else entirely, if they could actually track their grades in college to see how well they're doing, because honestly, a lot of people think like grades don't really matter, and it's sort of true. But if you think
It's
about
a way to measure
it is actually a pretty good measurement for like
right.
success in the real world,
Mm-hmm.
and so how sleep affects your success in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be a
I
pretty
think
good
the
study.
problem with that, though, is because I couldn't find this article, but I had read it a while back, that was talking about, like, subtle sleep deprivation, which is something that compounds over time. So,
Yeah,
like,
whatever that is. is my life story.
Right, exactly. It's like you haven't even completely reaped the consequences of subtle sleep deprivation, but it's slowly deteriorating your efficiency and ability to perform at your potential capacity or whatever. And I read an article about it, but I honestly don't know how this article, I think it was like mainly it's just a hypothesis, like they haven't been able to do studies on it because like you can't actually measure the extent of time just yet of what they're talking about, because like the people that they would have had to measure that extent of time are older and don't know how to use technology, and so they're not actually affected by whatever problem it is that they're...
I don't know about that. You said like older people not being affected by this technology?
Not necessarily as much, like, or the long-term sleep deprivation. So they haven't been using technology since they were 13 years old.
You're right.
I know some Grammys that in the middle of the night be posting memes too. So.
Well, okay, they might be 60 years old. They might have been using technology
60
for 10 years, but they weren't using it when they were 13 like 13-year-olds are now. So when we see 13-year-olds at 60 years old, what's it going to be like? So this is that article was mainly a hypothesis of like long-term sleep deprivation effects, what it could mean. It's long-term sleep deprivation meaning like you get enough sleep, like 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours every night to feel like, oh, I can function, I got enough sleep and stuff. But your body's actually not gotten enough sleep to be fully well rested.
Yeah, so I don't know how... I don't think you could do... I'm sure people are doing studies on that because some psychologist needs to be making money doing something. And
right.
They have to pay their school bills, so they gotta find something to study.
Student loans.
And someone's gonna think that's important, but... And it is. And actually, a lot of it could be a time thing. So I think phones, when it comes to time...
you don't recognize how much time you're spending on it.
So the average teenager spends 11 hours of a day on screens in general, be it like TV,
computers,
tablets, or their phones.
Their phone.
So 11 hours is average in America. And that's, I think the person said that's 5 months of it.
But
5 months of what?
Of a year. No, that's not true.
If that's
yeah, that's true. 5 months of a year.
5 months of a year.
5 months of a year is how much people are spending
on screens.
On their screens.
Do you know,
that's teenagers.
when was that? When do we know when that was like released? Because can you imagine what it is now? Because now with school,
I think that was
recently.
Being virtual and being computers and stuff. Can you imagine?
It's all on screens.
Yeah. I didn't think about
that.
I wonder if that study was done recently, because that would make sense why it would be like 11 hours of screen time.
Yeah.
I might actually...
Because 11 was a wild number. Because I think my screen time, as much as I'm on my phone all the time, my screen time explained to me by my phone was, because Apple has that...
it'll tell
daily,
you,
week.
Though, for some reason, it would do that to me like once a month. It didn't do it to me every week.
Really?
That report like once a month.
You've got an old phone.
Yeah.
Your phone is outdated.
And it was just like once a month. It was like, hey, this week you spent like, but yeah, it was.
No, you're not talking.
My phone is newer than his.
My phone's newer than.
Yeah, my phone's really old.
Okay.
He's over there with the one with the 3 eyes.
4, please. No.
Oh, it does have 4 eyes. Yeah, you're right.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you could call the phone 4 eyes. Yeah, it's right here.
He's got a very new model.
So you got the phone, you got the
front
eye here, and then you got the
3 on the back.
Oh, is that another one?
I think it's a flash.
Off topic.
Okay. 5 eyes.
5 eyes. Ooh, now I'm
so,
hungry. 5 guys.
5 eyes, 5 guys.
Sorry.
French fries. But what you were saying about it telling you your screen time.
Oh yeah, I do like 7 hours a week,
Yeah.
which like I'm on it all the time.
7
So
hours a week?
Yeah.
So,
Wait,
oh.
Wait.
So then it's like
mine was 7 hours a day.
11 hours a day
Mine was 7 hours.
is like
a day.
way more than that.
Yep.
Wait, that would only be an hour a day.
No, that's impossible. So
It
it's
might
probably,
be 7 hours a day.
it might be 7.
7
That
hours.
sounds
that would-
unlikely.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
Really?
It might be because I fall asleep to watching stuff and it just keeps playing.
But
Yeah.
but it
I thought it
wouldn't
was 7
measure. It
hours a
wouldn't
week.
measure. It
It
wouldn't
wouldn't measure music. It would not measure like music, but
No, I
videos.
don't. I
No,
watch
it wouldn't
videos
measure.
Right, it would.
while I go to sleep.
Well, okay, the phone may know when you fall asleep, but it technically shouldn't. What it's monitoring is how much your screen is on, even if
Right.
you're watching it or not.
Hey Siri, what's my average hourly or daily screen time?
This is interesting.
Let's try again.
Your Siri doesn't work.
Hey Siri, what's my daily screen time?
We did mention how old his phone was, didn't we?
Whoa,
that was a weird laugh.
understand. She says,
She says, "I am unentitled."
"Oh yeah, my phone. The audio does not work. The microphone does not work."
I think
on my
you
phone.
can find
tough.
it by going to
It's not
settings.
tough. It means the government doesn't know what I'm saying.
Here, look, you can
When
find it
people
by
call me, they don't know what I'm saying.
go to settings and then screen time, and then it'll tell your daily average.
Oh, okay. See,
6.5 hours
daily.
for me.
Oh,
Mhm.
so that's good.
So your daily average,
6
So
hours.
my
That's
daily
good.
average.
That's actually good.
yeah.
Better than most
I
teenagers.
don't want to see mine. I'm a teenager, so
Wait, that's average.
and I can't.
Well,
get mine, so-
actually, can you?
Yeah, look at it.
Can you look at it? You don't track yours, or
I can. I just don't have.
Yeah,
As
I'm
you
7.
use your iPhone,
7 to
screen
15
time
minutes.
will be reported here. It's
So
not
they did-
loading.
they
It's not
didn't
loading
give
because I
you-
don't have any internet.
oh, you have internet. Okay, because that would be interesting to find out because
Teenager, yeah.
obviously high school students have a
It's almost all on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
But I do know that I have seen mine before, and at least always minimum, it's always 9 hours.
9 hours.
9 hours.
Okay.
9 hours. Okay.
Because I mean, according to this study, 72% of high school students like that's the bigger number.
And that's
of
screen
people
time,
that
so
I'm
that's
in
are
high school,
feeling-
by the way.
So it's
or
also
having
TV.
insufficient sleep. Which
Ooh, whoa,
I've
that
always
was
thought
9.
this was kind of ridiculous is how early high school students have to get up in the morning to go to school.
I get
like,
up at
because
5:30.
Right, because you have to get on a bus. And then and school starts at what, 7?
Starts at 8.
8? 8 in the morning?
Starts at 8:05.
8:05. Okay, so that's not as early as I thought it was, but I mean, when you think about the average job starts
kinda
at
early.
9
Yeah.
a.m. So why are kids? I know schools that start at 7 a.m.
Getting up early. So it has to do with getting up early is good for you.
But why are
Fairly.
they? But then why is working? They let you start later versus school.
Because most people are supposed to get up early and then do stuff throughout the day, then go to work. They don't just get up and go to work.
And I
He's
guess like
whoa.
he's like what? Like
Yeah.
so
You're supposed to have a life outside
under,
of work, Kira.
It's under the expectancy. Well, you would if you don't have to drive an hour and a half to
That's
get
true.
to work. Which is what I was doing, and I actually my work day actually started at 8 a.m. So
Oh
wow, yeah, you get up. You would have to get up.
I was up
But
at
do
5 every
the kids who
morning.
are going online school, do they have to do they have to wake up at like?
They don't. I mean, they don't have. I mean, you just get up. Like he was doing that for a little bit too.
Did you even have to wake up?
So yeah,
You wake up,
you have to
get on
wake
your
up. You have
class,
to get on
and
your
then
class.
you go back to sleep.
But this is another thing. And
what
I
they
know
were doing.
if some kids are in high school if they're watching this. I've done this before. I know some people. You get in the class and you go right back to sleep.
Yeah, you turn the camera off, and then and that's
It's
what everybody
crazy.
did.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what.
it was definitely so. The thing though is on a regular basis. This is just virtual school is
So
a very
stupid.
new thing that was a development of this last year, which was
That
very
I
not
am
usual.
so against.
I actually think virtual school is a great idea if you could do it right, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think schools kind of got thrown into it, and
They didn't put it together super
the
well.
modern education system is not suited for online education.
Right.
So having teachers be important at all is not helpful with
online school.
Now, like...
Right, I actually thought that whenever they first started doing virtual stuff, a lot of the teachers...
I can go on a long online education tangent, but
we could
want to, like, continue
Yeah, do we
on
want to
with,
follow that tangent? Or do we want to talk about sleep? Well, I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with it, because I'm thinking about the reason, like, is it the fault of electronic devices or school or both of them that high school students are the one who suffer from insufficient sleep the most? Is it because it could be because of age, they don't have the experience to self-discipline themselves, to figure out how to operate in such a way that is going to be best for them.
There's like an opioid addiction like problem in America with adults. So like I don't know if adults have self-discipline.
No,
I don't know if experience makes that.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to figure out, what could be, maybe if I read more of the article, we could figure out what could be the reason why high school students suffer from it the most, whether it be they're just on their phones more.
Video games.
Oh yeah,
or is it because school makes them get up so early?
The screen time thing is only... So screen time on the phone is different from screen time in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So they
right.
I bet our screen time goes up as
right, because you said on your phone alone for you is 9 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But how often, whenever you're at home, do you get on your TV instead and play video games or something like that?
Or watch Netflix?
I don't really do that too often. I actually.
So you're on your phone more.
Yeah.
So it's
if I'm watching Netflix, it actually probably on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix has got to be... Oh, you watch it on your phone?
On his phone.
Right. So if I'm YouTube, I'll watch it on my phone. I don't really like downstairs and put on TV or just YouTube or stuff like that.
I have a feeling that yeah, that's another tangent. I was gonna say something about YouTube.
I did not realize though, now you're on your phone every day. I mean, I get that, but how much people are actually on
their phones? Yeah.
And how much it is actually just
stuck in the way of your life.
And if you were to take away that for
yeah, if you were to just be like, I'm just not gonna use my phone for a week.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do?
So
oh my gosh, you'd have so much time.
There's 24 hours in a day, and then there's 12 months in a year.
And at least 8 hours of sleeping.
So if you're going for 9 hours a day on average.
On your cell phone?
Yeah. Let's even say that it's 6 hours a day on your cell phone. That's 3 months of a year. Is spent on your phone.
Spent on your phone. It's actually a lot less than I actually would think. Sadly.
Well,
less than you would think. How
I thought it would be
people
more.
Would spend on their phone.
Let's talk about sleep. The average person sleeps another 8 hours of that day.
Yeah.
So that means, or actually, it could be up to 12 hours.
Yeah.
So
12 hours they sleep.
8 to 12. It depends on the person. It's usually
I don't
10,
think I've ever slept 12 hours.
We're talking about sleep deprivation, and I think the average.
Is it 8?
Let me actually look up. How much does the average adult
need?
No, because we know what they need.
How much do they need?
They need 8 to 10. That's what everybody says. 8 to 10 is what you need.
How much does Invisalign cost? Oh, Lord.
How much does the average adult sleep? And we're just talking adults here. Currently 6.8 hours according to Gallup, which they're pretty accurate. So,
down more than an hour.
Yeah,
from
so
1942.
I mean, it's close to 7, but it is definitely below 8, which is what they recommend. And this is an average, so that's including the people that are sleeping as much as they're supposed to.
Wait,
and the people that are not sleeping.
Yeah,
it's down an hour from the 40s.
Since the 40s?
Mm-hmm. So like, in the 40s, they were sleeping the average amount that's healthy.
Back when everyone was like working super hard. and going to war. Fighting a war.
And they just got radios and stuff like that.
Okay, I imagine that this study is not counting war. People at war.
Oh, because people at war
probably slept less.
Yeah.
But I imagine
you don't sleep in the military that much.
Sadly.
Oh, you do after you get past a bunch of stuff, but not during war.
Yeah. Therefore, experts typically recommend 7 to 9 hours of sleep for adults.
Like you see your guys going nowhere, like.
I knew a World War II veteran who told me a story of one time he woke up, and he was in France, and he was in a foxhole by the side of the road, and he woke up to an entire army of Nazis marching right by his head. Like the whole group were all like, "Shut up! Don't say anything." Like they were just
my
sitting there,
gosh! Talk about a way to wake up.
Wait, how did they not see the hole?
Talk about an alarm.
No, they were in a hole in the woods because France has a bunch of forest.
Oh wow!
And so they were in a hole in the woods.
And they put stuff over it too.
They were just sitting there in their gear in the hole, and they're just kind of sitting as still as possible in the foliage.
And he probably goes.
How you doing, guys?
Who was this again?
There's a guy named Harold.
Harold. He
works at my school.
He works at your school.
Worked at my school. He's dead now, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he just recently passed away.
When I got back to my senior year, he passed away.
Wow. But he survived that incident, so...
Yeah, he survived quite a few incidents. He has a bunch of stories that were cool.
That's always
talk about sleep deprived.
Yeah, he wakes up and because it was just him and a couple other guys. It was kind of like Saving Private Ryan, where it was just a group of guys out in the
were they Nazis?
area.
Were the Nazis walking above them?
Yeah, they were just not over top of them. They were on the side
next
of the road.
to the hole.
So there's the road.
There's
a road's my arm, and they were back
holes.
here. And there's a bunch of trees and foliage between them and them, but they were in a hole.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just sleeping there, and he wakes up. He kind of looks over, and he just sees a bunch of Nazis just marching, and tanks, and a whole bunch of people just moving. It was a whole army. He said. And it was okay, they were on the move, and there's nothing they could do because if they started shooting, they'd all die.
They would all be
So they're just okay, we're just gonna be quiet now. Yeah.
And just hope for the best. But why did you bring that
up? War. Sleeping in war.
Sleeping in war because of that statistic. But yeah, so even though it's recommended to get on average 8 hours of sleep, the average adult does not get that much sleep. So if we are going to be accurate about how much time people typically spend sleeping, it's 6.8 hours a day. So if we do the quick math for that, it's actually about the same as if we're saying 6 hours on a phone. Actually, let's look up that statistic. How many hours does the average adult, or do we want adult or person? Adults. Just for consistency's sake. Adults spend on their phone.
Why is someone vacuuming?
Do we have to start as well?
No, but someone is vacuuming.
Oh.
It's probably Hannah.
Hannah?
I don't think Hannah would be they're podcasting.
No, that's exactly how
That's exactly what she would do.
I'm going to need to clean the house. The podcasting.
Gotta love her. So 3 hour elite content marketing. That's really low.
I don't think that's
true.
So
the top result on Google for how many hours is 3 hours and 43 minutes.
Okay, we must be in the Gen Z generation.
Yeah, because I guess that if you're doing
adults,
as per eMarketer, the average U.S. adult spends 3 hours. Then you've got all of those like my dad, doesn't even touch his phone.
Yeah, so if you average
that when you put those people in with it, that's going to drop the number drastically. So now let's take a look at teens.
It should be like 10 hours.
I think it's
I'm
11.
calling it 10. That's a lie.
So they said 7. 7 hours and 22 minutes.
Screen time is different from
that's ages between 8 and 12 though.
Teens spend an average
8 to 12.
No, so we're not talking about screen time. This is specifically on the phone.
So it's 11 hours of screen time was this study, but the 7 hours,
which is
phone.
different from the phone.
Not bad. Actually.
So you're just average. No, you're above average actually. 9 hours.
Yeah, if you said like 9 hours.
Oh yeah,
we're average. We're average teenagers.
You guys are average.
We're like 11 to 12 year olds. 8 to 12 year olds.
What's clacking teens-os?
Wait, does it say 8 to 12? Is that what it says? You looked up teens and that's what it gave you?
No, so teens spend
it says
on their phones, and tweens,
which is preteens,
are not far behind at 4
That's
hours.
Cool.
Even younger than the teen age range is the tween age range, which is 12 to 8, and that's.
There's probably
4
also
hours.
gotta be like parents having phones babysit their kids.
Oh yeah.
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 Because
here, watch Paw Patrol.
Oh, I know that I would do something similar to that, except for.
Because it's so simple.
Well, now that YouTube is like, never mind. They're banning everyone for being naughty. Then once they get everyone, then maybe it'd be okay. But
to give your phone to.
No, it would never be okay because of the.
Right. Because
it's a drug.
activity is a good thing.
Well, phones are like drugs.
True.
So.
Yeah.
Where's your phone?
What?
Where's your phone?
In my pocket.
Okay.
Why?
Because I was just wondering if I think
addicted.
You're not addicted because you didn't even have your phone for a while until I gave it to you, and you're like, oh, there it is.
He is like
he's addicted?
No, he's not addicted. I would say he's definitely more chill about it. I think I'm actually more like clingy to my phone than you are.
I think if I would be, the reason why I'd be more addicted is if people would text me. So I'd be on my phone a lot more.
Is that a hint?
Yeah.
Hint? Text me.
No, I'm kidding.
Nobody cares about me.
So no, I'm kidding. I actually.
That could be why I'm like. I think maybe also because my phone has my wallet in it. I'm more like, where's my phone?
So I have my wallet on my phone as well, and actually that's the only reason I take it anywhere.
Your phone?
Yeah. If I went out, I would not take my phone. Normally.
Really?
Most people
don't care about getting text messages or anything.
No. I mean, yeah, you texted me earlier today, and I didn't even respond because I saw it. I was like, oh, they're downstairs. Gotta go talk to them.
I do that to my mom all the time, too.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be like, I have a question, da-da-da, ask the question. I'll just come downstairs and be like, answer it in person.
But yeah, I actually don't like having my phone on me all the time because I don't like being tracked. So, and I'd like to minimize the amount of information I'm giving to companies and corporations.
With how much time you spend on YouTube? Do you just watch things that you're genuinely not interested in just to throw people off, just to throw them off?
No, I'm okay with YouTube knowing my soul. Because I want to find more content I like.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want Facebook knowing me, but I'm okay with YouTube.
That's loud. Whenever you do like this,
I wish you told me
I know.
that,
I was gonna try to tell you like a while back, and I was like, well, maybe he'll just stop, and then.
No, I'm not gonna stop because it's just I'm playing with the blanket that's on top of the table because it's
fun,
and it makes little designs.
It also makes a nice
sound.
ASMR sound.
Oh, there you go.
So
we'll get famous.
Yeah, so if we want to compare how much time people spend on their phones to how much time they spend sleeping,
I know, I was stuck in my throat.
You got the COVID?
Yep.
So as far as
cough on Kira.
As far as adults go, we're still doing pretty good. Adults are doing pretty good according to just the instant Google facts that we can find. But the teenagers, now let's check out how many hours does the average... Wait, did you say...
Dog.
How many hours does a dog sleep?
12 to 14
Why are people
hours.
looking that up? What the
It says 12 to 14 hours, though. Dogs are out here straight flexing.
They are flexing on all of us.
I bet Cat has a lot more sleep time.
Oh, for sure.
So the average amount of sleep that a teenager gets...
I think a lion is only awake for 7 hours.
A lion?
Yeah.
Wow.
Awake for 7 hours?
They spend a lot of... Oh, yeah. They take lots of naps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But... So teenagers get 7 hours on average, according to the National Wide Children's Organization.
But they probably need more.
They need 9.5 hours.
Okay.
Versus adults who get around 6.8, and they need about 7.
So what do they say that sleep deprivation... You said that they didn't really have studies yet for how that would affect people long term.
Long term. Just theories and stuff. 75% of children use electronics in the bedroom. Wait, we gotta check out the problem, sleep problems.
Sleep problems. Sleep problems.
Okay, so.
Additionally, okay,
so you, there's so many.
I mean, so
I'm telling you, if you guys like do like a thing in here, you can do my yawn count. It's at least 25.
Talking about 72% of teenagers being sleep deprived. We've got one right here.
I'm a growing teen. I need sleep.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, you guys are supposed to get 9.5 hours of sleep, which is way more than we need.
Which I don't think I did today.
Most likely
I only got
not.
7 hours.
7
How
hours.
does it know how long you've been sleeping?
Because it knows when I'm resting.
Yeah, it tracks like your heartbeat and
That's
stuff
creepy.
and figures out.
That creeps me out.
I know, Fitbits are
I like it.
You're a bunch of...
That's another problem for another day.
You're all cyborgs.
Cyborgs. But, okay, so the CDC actually says that insufficient sleep is a public health epidemic. Like, they've actually gotten to that.
So what you're saying
level.
is we're going to have another lockdown and make everyone take...
And make everybody... Yes.
Whoa, that would be down
I have not issued that yet.
I'd have such an issue with that. I would be like, you will not make me waste my time sleeping.
They force everybody to sleep.
Can you imagine the extroverts?
Gosh.
Can you imagine...
Oh my god.
I would go crazy.
Can you imagine the government treating everybody like they're in kindergarten?
It's nap time.
It's nap time.
Nappy time, everybody.
Oh my goodness.
Take a 2-hour nap.
It's coming. It's coming.
So it's like, you know,
Joe Biden doesn't want to feel bad about it.
People aren't wearing masks, you know, it's then if people out in the streets.
That actually does kind of get into solutions for the problem, though, a little bit, because, well, think about it, like, in Asian culture,
Solutions.
we're not going to force people to take naps. That's not what I'm talking about as a solution, okay? In Asian cultures, and then in Latino cultures as well, they actually have, it's cultural. It's not forced. Nobody has to take siesta time or whatever they call it in Asian cultures, but they have this time culturally that's a rest time, like in the middle of the day.
Is it still a thing?
I don't know about in Asian cultures.
Like in Hispanic cultures, is that still a thing?
In Hispanic cultures? I don't know if they do it in America.
Yeah, because how are they going to find a job that lets them take a siesta?
No, I don't think they could, because, I mean, when you go to a different country, you take on
like, you just going to take a smoke break, but
culture.
just for 15 minutes.
A nap break.
It's a nap break, 15-minute nap.
Yeah.
Actually...
Google allows that.
A nap?
Google's, like, super chill.
Yeah, because they have a ton of money.
Right. And,
also true.
Well, they've actually learned how to get prime efficiency out of their employees.
That sounds creepy.
Soon Amazon will do that.
Probably.
Probably already
Amazon
do
works,
that.
Amazon works their slaves. I mean, their employees.
Works their slaves. I mean, their employees.
We had a friend that was working at Amazon for a very short while.
I told him that they're going to be a problem for him, and he was like, no, great.
No, it's great. And he went at the first day.
Yeah.
The first day I saw him after work, his face was like so mad, just angry, and he was like, and I was like,
"This is my life now.
How was it?" And he was like, I'm done. First day. He was like, I didn't even have time to go to the bathroom. They wouldn't even they weren't letting people go to the bathroom and stuff. I'm like,
so there's no lunch break? Oh, I'm boycotting.
I mean, I'm sure
No, you're not.
They have to give them a lunch break, but...
Because I don't work there.
You're not boycotting them. You're going to buy their stuff.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, package is on my way to my house right now.
I'm boycotting. No, you're not.
When we would go to, like, Guatemala, did you go to Mexico?
Yeah.
I believe we saw people taking naps.
Yeah, I thought they were drunk.
I'm pretty sure they were just taking siestas.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. So...
I mean, they could have been drunk, too.
Yeah, I mean...
That would be a lot of drunk people in the middle of the day. What is going on?
That actually makes people sleep.
Wow, that's so racist of you guys.
Is it really?
No.
How's that racist?
Like, I'd imagine if white people do exactly the same thing if you gave them time to have a nap.
They would just go get drunk instead.
Right, if I was in America and I saw people just sleeping, I'd be like,
they're drunk.
Oh, they're drunk. What the heck?
That is actually, culturally, that's a weird thing, though.
Yeah.
We don't think of... Yeah, we're like, in order to take naps, you have to be drunk.
Like, if you're taking a nap in the morning, you must be drunk. It's sort of
That's kind of our mindset.
If you're outside taking a nap...
Oh my
drunk.
God.
In public, drunk.
Drunk.
Only drunk people take naps in public, is sort of our mentality.
So that's the problem. That's why we have a bunch of sleep deprivation. Because everybody thinks you have to be drunk in order to sleep. No, I'm just kidding.
Protestant work ethic.
Protestant. But yeah, so I'm just wondering if a solution could be culture. Like just creating that culture. I mean, Google's already kind of starting it.
I promise you that the only solution at the end of the day
is self-control.
Self-control. Is self-discipline and just saying, I'm not using my phone at night.
But do you think everybody knows that it's a problem? Or do we need to educate people?
I think so. I think they should know because it's like, I feel like it goes a little bit into common sense.
Right.
It's like, if I'm not getting enough sleep.
This education thing, like, I like the idea of just saying, let's educate people to solve the problem. But at the end of the day, like, our parents told us to get sleep and to not have our stuff with us when we're sleeping. Mm-hmm. And their parents told them not to do that with, like, reading. Like, people weren't supposed to read at night when they're supposed to be sleeping. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. It's
right. But...
It's just a new...
It's a new thing.
It's a new thing. It's new things taking people's focus.
But if you were to, like, really scare people into it, so, like, I guess it doesn't
like proper sleep evangelicals.
Sleep evangelicals. Well, I was actually thinking of like the campaign to end drinking and driving. You know,
because that works.
Show exactly. That's what I was actually going in that direction. Was gonna say. No, scaring people into how serious of a problem it is doesn't seem to actually be working.
Yeah.
With both texting and driving,
drugs.
Sleeping and driving, sleeping and driving.
That is a problem.
That is a problem.
That has actually happened to me.
It is a problem.
It has happened to me before.
Yeah.
If I yawn, okay, well, not yawn once, but like, I don't know, sleeping and driving. I just like, if I'm tired, I'm like, screw this, I'm not driving.
How often do you drive?
You don't drive. So.
I don't. I'm saying when I do. I'm saying
when I do. Or when you will.
When I do drive,
right.
I'm just saying in future, like,
it's
people
like
who are like,
oh,
I'm just going to fight through it. That is so stupid. Like, that's crazy.
You'd think that, but then, like,
but then
you want to get somewhere.
Yeah. True.
Or
true.
You're hanging out. You wanted to hang out for as long as you possibly could, but then you need to get home and you're like, I'm really tired. I don't want to sleep in my car when I could get home.
You could just, like, crash at your buddy's place, but...
It's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Depends who,
Yeah. But So I guess the point of that is scare campaigns don't actually help.
Right.
They can a little bit, but...
yeah, a little bit, but I think
if only it just creates... if only it just creates an understanding of... Sorry, my brain is going off in a bunch of directions because I just realized that you asked me, like, when I'm going somewhere, why I don't take my phone with me, or why I wouldn't want to take my phone with me. One of the things that I thought of was, like, wait a second, does this mean that you text and drive?
No.
Okay.
But...
Because you were like, what? You don't care about people texting you? Maybe you were thinking about like
when you get to a place.
That makes sense.
I don't text while I'm driving.
There should be no reason for people to text and drive anymore with technology.
I was gonna say there is actually you say, "Hey Siri, read my text messages to me."
Hey Siri,
they read them. Do you want to respond? Then you talk your text message and they can respond.
Yeah.
So if I do respond to a text while I'm driving, Siri, that's most likely the way that
read Hunter's text messages to me.
No.
You have 0 messages from Hunter. Oh.
Hunter.
No.
That's like a joke, Hunter.
We did say this was going to be an uncensored podcast, but even there are some things that should not.
Hunter doesn't text me at all. He doesn't even have my number.
I've never texted Danny once.
Your phone just goes, who is Hunter?
Who is Hunter?
Who is Hunter? Actually, your phone didn't respond at all because
no, it didn't.
So you are a person who should not be texting and driving because your phone does not allow you to do the Siri thing, which
unless his phone's up to date.
It's not. Did you
you don't update it?
Just said, "Hey Siri."
It just asked me last night if I could update it.
Mine doesn't even do that. Hey Siri.
Yours.
Well, first of all, I have no internet, so.
That's probably why. I was like, mine would do it, but I think I put mine on Do Not Disturb, and I don't think it does it when you put on Do Not Disturb. But,
I love it how like you're the only one that we like care about having it on Do Not Disturb, because if mine's on, it's just. It's not gonna ever get like text messages. So
I know it's so bougie, or not bougie. Wow,
bougie.
That's not what I.
So bougie. He doesn't have any friends.
Right.
He has nobody.
I mean, that's just so like
Nobody loves
him.
To
turn her phone off
bougie
she
person.
knows her phone is blowing up with texts and.
Cassie's randomly gonna call me. Can you get milk
from
the store?
Not one notification ever since I've been here.
Look at us being lonely.
Like, yeah.
Guys, sometimes loneliness is great.
Yeah,
sometimes
it is nice.
Yeah, I am actually envious that
no one bugs us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just not have friends. Or you can do what I do, where all of the friends you have are just the people who don't contact you.
I actually have friends that contact me. Never mind.
So, yeah, I can't be mean to people.
You can't be mean.
That's another thing. It's like, well,
I try so hard.
I don't think that's the reason why I don't get texts. I'm not like, I don't know.
Oh, it's so easy to just be like. So I'm not mean. I just tell people that I ghost people all the time. Like my friends from college, I warn them. I said, guys, you're not gonna hear from me until like the end of time.
Yeah.
Because.
Or like, what would you if you were like in the same place that you knew that they were living or something? Like hey.
Angels' trumpets will blast, and then I'll be like, hey, what's up?
Really?
Oh, you see Jesus falling out of the sky? Oh, yeah, isn't that nice?
Hey. No, so wait, you wouldn't. Would you hit people up like if you were in town or something and you knew they were?
If I knew they were there, yeah.
If you knew they were there, would you be like,
hey,
I'm in such and such?
Yeah, I would hit people up, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I probably would.
I definitely know I would. I know that.
Right.
Like, there's some people I'll send memes back and forth to, but it's just because they send me memes, so I send them a meme.
It's funny. I wish I
don't have conversations.
I just send giving that disclaimer because that's a really nice disclaimer because it like takes all the pressure off. Because like I try to keep up with people because, or I'll try to reach out to them periodically because I don't want them to think that I'm just like using them whenever I'm in the area or something.
Yeah. So what I'll tell the people is I am going to ghost you, but at any time, you can contact me if you want to, and I'll probably respond.
Right.
I'll
Unless
probably
he left
remember,
the house because he won't have his phone.
Hopefully I'll remember who you are. But...
Hey, can you imagine if like you forgot who it was and there's like, dang,
who are you?
Remembering that?
Oh man, who is this person? No, then I have the Facebook stalk them. That's happened to me before. Like someone I barely knew at all, and they like try to talk to me, or they try to become friends with me on Facebook. So then I'd be like, who is this person?
Who is this person?
But
Were there mutual friends?
I think most people will like just accept it.
Situation.
But for me, I will like Facebook stalk the person
do that
to
on
figure
Facebook.
out who they are.
Just accept.
No, that's good.
Dude,
yeah.
Actually, I feel there are actually some people who I know, and I think I was just too lazy to just hit accept. I mean, for real, I think I would
also
have
people
that problem
in the, like,
if I ever got on Facebook.
The people you know.
I don't get on Facebook. So.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Don't get on Facebook.
That's very good.
But
don't get on Facebook.
But we've gotten completely off topic.
I like that about the podcast.
Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah, but so sleep deprivation solutions.
Are you deprived?
Are you deprived of sleep?
Are you using your phone before you go to bed?
Stop.
You sinner.
Get some help.
Don't proceed. Stop doing that. Just stop it.
So, and even just, I think that's a good feature that you have that a lot of people do not know.
Oh, wait, guys, we gotta do a word from our sponsor.
Oh, yep.
We don't have any.
We don't have any sponsors.
I'm the sponsor. Okay, no, I'm not.
Okay, give me the $5 now.
Yeah.
No.
You're telling you $5. You wanted $5 to get on here, but you told you we're gonna make you famous, and we're gonna be damned.
Watch my phone actually start blowing up now.
Make them famous.
I got friends. People finally love me.
I'm just kidding, guys. My phone would be blowing up right now, but I just have no internet, so
yes.
I'm just kidding. That's not true. What were we talking about?
You were
saying... Apple, yeah, and Apple actually has this feature where you can turn do not disturb on, or not that,
timer.
But a timer on your phone.
Yeah.
Like, okay, anything past 10 p.m., I can't get on these apps. Apple has that feature.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or they have like limited screen times or app times. So like let's say you use YouTube a whole lot and you're like, okay, I need to limit my YouTube usage. I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna put a cap on it at 5 hours. I can only watch YouTube 5 hours a day.
What is this?
If you get to that amount of time.
What is it called?
It's on Apple. It's just.
He's like, wait, let me get it. So the thing about it is though, it's like a friendly suggestion. It doesn't like completely stop you. Wow. So it
needs to stop me.
It won't.
It has to stop me, or else it won't work.
It'll be like well, the problem is you can skirt around it because they want you to have control, which is good because like what if you had put a cap on an app?
No, I promise. If it gave me a friendly suggestion, like, "Hey, this is a lot of time," I'd be like,
"Continue watching."
Shut up! Who are you?
It's like
Netflix
tried to help people, and they're like, "Are you still watching?" And everybody's just like, "Yes, it's been 8 hours. I'm watching the same TV show."
It's like
and they're like, "Are you still watching?"
Thing
yes.
That pops up. It's like, oh, your phone's on 20%. So I don't care. I'm trying to watch this video.
Yeah.
I'm not plugging my phone up until I see it's on 1%. And then I start panicking.
Maybe that could be an option. So it would connect it to your battery power, and I just like release a giant spark and electrocute you if you like.
Oh, that would suck.
I think that would technically fall under the realm of like abuse or like.
There's like cell phone charger like cases that are also a taser. And so you can have that connected to an app.
Tase yourself.
That will tase you.
No.
Anytime that you do something you don't want. And it's just like sitting in your pocket.
Oh, you're in church?
Oh.
You go, amen!
I need to stop saying that.
No, that is such a bad idea. Can you imagine how...
It'd be funny. Just watching people tase themselves.
The NIH get
like someone gets a cigarette. It's like, oh, I need to smoke. They just drop it.
Oh my god!
I need to get a cigarette.
I think that falls under the category of like abuse. Like
there's actually to go off topic completely with this entire thing. I actually remember there was this TV show that I watched, and there was an episode where this girl was doing an experiment and on a kid, and she put a electric thing around his neck and like his arms and stuff. Maybe it was just on his arm.
What kind of TV show are you watching?
And she had to see. The experiment was to see how long he could actually stay awake, and each time he'd start to fall asleep, it would shock him.
That sounds like a very.
This is like a kid's show. It's like iCarly.
A kid's show?
It's like iCarly. It's like that type of show.
It was like a joke.
It's not like it's not like Mythbusters.
It's not a reality. It's not reality TV.
It's just like to make it funny.
Can you imagine if there was a Mythbusters made by kids? That sort of thing might actually be a thing. Like might happen. The kids would come up with an idea, and then like all the adult engineers would just make it happen, and it would just.
That is such a bad idea. That's got to be one of the worst ideas you've ever come up with.
Kids are like, hey, what if we had like a chair, have rockets underneath of it, and it would just blow up, and it would go into the sky, and then the adults are like, oh yeah, we got a chair, we got some rockets.
Now we gotta do that.
Just put together.
Yeah, that's the worst idea that I've ever heard.
I want to see
it would be on like
Kid President and Adam Savage make a TV show together. That sounds great. You remember Kid President?
Oh my gosh.
What would the TV show be called?
I don't know.
Spaghetti Monster.
Spaghetti Monster.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a wonderful name for like an atheist podcast. Like an angry atheist.
Atheist podcast.
Yeah,
wow. Monster. Might have to take some tips.
Are you an angry?
No, I'm kidding.
He's an angry atheist now.
I'm just so angry. Don't make fun of that. Oh.
Don't make fun of angry atheists. I'm angry that people believe in an invisible thing.
The Spaghetti Monster.
It just makes me so angry.
So angry.
Like, I almost call them Flat Earthers. Flat Earthers don't make me angry, so, like, they can...
I mean,
these people
they don't make you angry? The birds aren't real people?
Those people aren't real. That's a joke. You didn't know that was a joke?
I did.
Okay.
But,
just making sure, because that's actually a joke.
But you think Flat Earthers are real, too?
Yeah, there's real Flat Earthers out there. Absolutely. It's a real thing.
Oh.
It's 100%
I thought they were all just jokes.
No, that is, oh my goodness, they are actually crazy.
Well,
yes.
They have.
But the birds aren't real, I think, has gotten to the point where it's like...
Mm-mm.
No.
The Flat Earthers are crazy. They have conferences. Like, you thought the Bigfoot conferences... You thought Bigfoot conferences were insane?
Let me see.
People go and they do conventions and they buy merchandise.
Real conferences.
What? Burrs?
Burrs? Burrs aren't real?
Burrs aren't real.
Oh, that'd be a nice day.
Conference.
You ain't lying. Birds
Look, they
real.
have a legit website.
Oh my gosh.
I told you.
Wait, birds aren't real. Isn't that like a sticker company?
Activism.
They have to have
apparel.
a documentary about this too, right?
Leader of viral Birds Aren't Real movement swears he's not joking. He swears he's not joking.
Which means he is. I swear I'm not joking. He's joking.
I'm just saying.
Oh my.
Look, he's wearing a mask.
He's wearing a mask that
says
birds.
That says birds aren't real.
Okay, no one who who actually believes birds aren't real would wear a mask.
Bird poop is bird poop. Someone tweeted this. Bird poop is actually a micro tracker placed on your car by the government.
Smart.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
That's a smart piece of tech.
That is a smart piece. Make love, not birds. What the heck? Oh
birds aren't real.
Wake up, Idaho.
So that's a joke. These aren't real. This is all joking.
They?
Yeah, those are memes.
That's a TikTok. That's a meme.
See, the thing is, it's a joke to you because you know it's a joke.
No, I think it's a joke to him too.
I really
Otherwise, it wouldn't be on this website.
I think there's people that genuinely... This is Newsweek.
No. Now
This is a legit
do the flat
website.
Earth.
Newsweek is an
Because
legit
you didn't
website.
think.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
she didn't think flat Earth was real.
No,
now
I
people-
know flat. Okay.
People, okay. It's like actually like flat
But I'm
earthers are
just
actually like a
saying,
cult.
it's about as real as the
Yeah.
birds
Legit
are
cult.
real.
Yeah, I bet they believe in dinosaurs too.
Well, this cult has merch, so what
Like
about
living
flat
dinosaurs?
earthers? Do they have
Well,
merch?
First of all,
Speaking of dinosaurs, oh my gosh, the coolest story ever.
I saw I saw him posted on Facebook.
Yes, it's
I was
cool.
like, I want to book tickets right now.
I
Okay,
want
so
They are
wait,
actually-
you have to
Tell 'em.
explain to
Yeah.
the person who doesn't get on Facebook
Okay,
what
sorry.
is going on.
They are actually thinking about making a real life Jurassic Park.
They aren't thinking about it. They just say they have the tech to do it.
They have the tech to do it, which I think they should do.
Elon
it.
Musk, which I
Elon
think
Musk.
100%.
I would go to that so hard.
Oh my, so hard?
Yeah, that would
Did
be.
you not learn anything from the movies?
You live a little.
Oh my gosh!
Die a little.
Live a little, die a lot.
Well, even watching the movie, I was like, even though that is so stupid, I would still wish that was real.
Well,
'cause
actually,
was
it
so
could
cool.
be a real thing. Like, I'd imagine.
I think it could be safe
No, seriously,
too.
not just that. So
They
let's
could not be as
let's get like a
stupid as they are in the
brontosaurus
movies.
and then like let it roam the fields and then kill it and eat its meat. Because alligator tastes good, and if there's like a giant like those long necked brontosaurus things. If those things existed and we could just hunt them, or we could, well, hunting would probably be bad, but just like kill them and eat them. I know you're
There's something
pretending
that's
to
just...
be a vegan.
No,
but-
I'm not pretending to be a vegan. I don't pretend to be a vegan. I love mac and cheese.
She
I
loves
will
mac and
drink
cheese.
milk.
Okay, I know you're pretending to be a vegetarian.
I do pretend to be a vegetarian. I will not deny that claim.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, there's just something about that that's so inhumane in my mind, like genetically creating a creature just to hunt and kill it and
That's
eat it.
exactly what we do with animals when we eat them.
With the chickens
and cows.
and the cows.
Yeah, everything.
You're right.
That's also the plants. That's how we make the plants too.
Well, okay.
Like everything you eat
plants-
is made that way.
Plants don't have
Wait,
eyeballs,
so-
But they can communicate that they feel pain.
That's true.
Isn't that weird? Plants feel pain.
How are you
So
gonna
plant
take
lives
that,
matter. Are you gonna eat
vegans?
rocks?
I have
eat
no idea.
minerals?
I
I'm a
honestly
mineralist.
don't know what to
Said
do.
plant lives matter. Oh
Plant
my
lives
goodness.
And all the
A new
vegans are
mask. I
like,
can't wait to see that mask pop up.
Green lives matter.
how can the vegans deal with that? Because they're so...
They don't know.
They don't know.
And they don't think it does.
What?
That's
How do they not know?
Because no one.
Because they don't have eyeballs.
one made-
That's
Because
Okay,
they're
no
vegan
one-
donuts.
No one
They're
made
vegan
a documentary with like. You're right. It's about the eyeballs.
the eyeballs.
There's no documentary
There's
of a
no
tree looking
eyeballs.
up like at the camera like a sad puppy.
Right, because
It's not mooing.
because the tree doesn't have eyeballs.
No, it communicates. It feels pain through like a chemical.
Like a chemical releasing thing,
Yeah.
scent thing. But yeah, so that's
Pheromone.
that's a pheromone. That's the word.
It's
But
probably
that's the thing is
something
that
else in
the only reason that
biology.
animals have feelings to the vegans is because you
Botany
can see
is the word
their
I'm thinking.
eyes.
So if we just plucked the eyeballs out of the cows, the vegans would be okay. What if we made cows genetically without eyeballs?
That
Then-
was my next solution.
So like spooning them out of the
We could solve the
out of the eye
vegan
socket
problem.
is not gonna
No,
solve the
that's just as
What
inhumane.
blows my
think so?
mind though
Yeah.
is like
They had eyeballs. They already
problem.
had.
They had eyeballs,
but
but
if
now
they
don't.
were born without eyeballs,
What if we gave eyeballs to plants? Like we
That would-
genetically manipulated them so they had
So-
eyeballs and could. Oh
the
my
problem
gosh.
is that
What if trees could see?
What if that would be the creepiest thing if plants had
Trees
eyeballs.
just go.
Never in my million, I would never want to wake up and look outside
we
my little
have
garden
done
and
that
see them
with
all.
CGI.
We've
It's
done with
called Lord
CGI,
of the
but-
Rings.
But can you do it with Treebeard? A real
Treebeard.
Treebeard. That's what I want to see. I don't want to. Okay, Musk. I know you're
Can
not
you
watching
please
me.
create Treebeard?
I know you're not watching this, but if you are watching this, please make Treebeard,
Oh my
not
God.
dinosaurs. Like, we don't need Jurassic Park.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
We
whoa,
need
whoa,
Treebeard.
No. Please make Jurassic Park. 'Cause I would want to go to that.
we need
Danny,
Treebeard
the
Park.
problem with putting eyeballs on the plants is
Just
then
have
you're
a
going to
book.
have an entire sect of people that will not be eating food.
No, you won't.
Because they will stop eating the plants because
You
they
won't have that
eyeballs.
group of people.
They will die.
Exactly. So you
Which-
wouldn't have that group
They-
of people. So you won't.
That is true.
This is how we eliminate.
What
not
you'll
bad.
have is all humans realizing that they are animals, that live in this world, like lions or any other animal that kills another thing and eats it. It's just how we are. That's how everything is. Like, I was walking through the woods once, and I saw this tree. And I thought it was going to make a wonderful painting, but I don't have the talent to paint it. But it was a tree that was, like, growing, like, it was growing next to another tree that was a lot larger.
Uh-huh.
And it was obviously, like... Dying, the smaller one, was dying, because the bigger one was just taking all of the water and nutrients out of the earth.
Right.
And I was like, that looks like... So even the trees,
natural process,
the trees are killing each other for resources. It's just everything does that.
Yeah.
Everything just eats something else, and it's like
that's the circle of life.
It's the circle of life. Well, it should be called the circle of death, but
true. Well,
everything
it's life and death.
Everything is food for something else.
Yeah.
What if aliens are farming humans, and we didn't know that? For thousands of years, the reason we're here is because they're trying to make us as fat as possible, and they're trying to. It's just taking a while.
I wouldn't say it's taking. I would not say it's taking a while.
Well, it's taking. I'm talking about
speaking of.
No, I'm talking about the process of human evolution. Ever since the beginning of human species, the aliens put us here, and they're just waiting for us to get plump.
And that's true. And obesity is slowly getting
maybe
bigger
they live for millions of years. These alien species, and millions of years ago, maybe they put something. They figured out something, but they just left it on the shelf.
This definitely sounds like the plot of a bad sci-fi novel.
They just left humans on the shelf and
swiping the table.
Swiping. Oh Swiper no swipey. Okay.
Exactly.
So what if that'd be funny. That'd be funny. The aliens.
The aliens. That'd be a good sci-fi novel.
No,
a bad sci-fi novel.
Going back to vegan and stuff though, I saw this video of these actual vegans, and it's I know there's some vegans out
opposed
there.
To fake vegans. Aren't fake vegans the worst?
She's not a vegan.
Why did you guys both look at me?
She's not a vegan.
I don't ever pretend to be a vegan. I've
2 months ago.
Multiple times, I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegan. How many times? It's this is almost as bad as Trump saying that he does not support white supremacy.
It's going to be great.
It's me saying I'm not a vegan.
So, Kira, when you run for president, you're going to be I'm not a vegan.
I'm not a vegan. They're going to be
I know you're not a vegan.
Why are you a vegan? I'm not a vegan.
Is it Jim Acosta? Is that one of the
the CNN guy, yeah.
He's probably just going to be sitting there Flo, are you a vegan?
So you pretend to be a vegan.
So you pretend to be a vegan?
I've never pretended to be a vegan.
You'll be trying to be the first female president if Kamala Harris doesn't whack Biden.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really hope to God that I never try to become the first female president.
Just the second female president?
No, I don't ever want to become a president. This is not my destiny.
I don't want to be president, but I do want to run. That sounds like fun.
Wait, but...
Running?
Yeah, I don't want to win, because that sounds terrifying.
Yeah,
but,
that honestly
running sounds hilariously fun.
Do you know how much risk you have, though, of running? Can you imagine? What would you do if people actually started liking you? And
you mean that
there's
one
not
guy?
a chance.
But he was the top. He was the top dog.
D's nuts. Remember that? That guy.
Didn't know.
What did
It was
get?
literally
He got
Biden.
19%.
Is he 35?
19%.
19% out of the.
Is he 35?
No,
he was a kid.
16.
Then he can't win.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Constitutionally, he can't win, so it doesn't matter.
I thought that said Satan.
He was key people.
Jesus couldn't even be president.
He was 20. He's 20 now. So in 2016, he was 16.
Wow.
Jesus Christ would not be allowed to be president.
Okay, it was 9%. It wasn't 19%, but what, because he's only 33? Because he wasn't 35.
He wasn't 35.
Right.
So, if he died and came back, what on earth is that?
What age is that?
What age is that? He's already dead.
2033.
True, wow.
Well, I mean, what do we call Captain America? We do consider Captain America.
Was he dead?
No, he wasn't. He was just cryo-frozen.
Nope, he's dead.
Except he's also a fictional character, so it doesn't even
So, like, some people have died and come back from the dead.
True.
Like
Jesus Christ.
There's this guy named Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. I was thinking more along the lines of like medical situations where people like get their heart like.
Where they get resuscitated.
Yeah. So how old are they? Are they still the same age when they died?
Do they have to be like officially pronounced dead by the doctor?
That is
like they died at
you
this
have
time?
to literally die for a second, right?
Yeah, but so if they die and then they come back from the dead, are they still the same age they were before they died?
I would say
I
yes.
bet some stories have been like people like actually go into like heart surgery. You get their heart out and they see like a vision. They see like hell and they're like, oh. When they wake back up, I bet there's some stories like that.
There are stories like that.
I've heard stories.
I know there's stories about people seeing visions of hell and then being like, I'm repenting right now.
Right.
But I meant like actual heart surgery.
I've seen enough TBN.
So see, that's where they usually have them. So, but the thing is, I would say even if you died for like an extended period of time and then you come back to life, I would say all of those years that you were technically dead would still be a part of your age. Because even though you didn't like age, your body existed for all of that time.
Back to dinosaurs because they're more interesting than dead people. Zombies are not as interesting as dinosaurs.
We were talking about running for president.
Well, zombie presidents are not as cool as dinosaurs.
Zombie president.
We have one, okay? We've been there and done that. Get the dinosaurs out.
But like, I know there's... No, I want to go back to vegans because I saw this video.
You're obsessed with vegans.
No, I'm not. It just made me mad a little bit.
He's angry. So you are angry atheist towards vegans. So you're angry
there's
carnivore.
Some vegans who are like, who like meat, who actually like meat. But but they're being vegan because, you know, the animal thing.
Save the animals?
But then there's some vegans who are like, never tried it, and they're just like...
Never tried meat? That's impossible.
Well... I mean, maybe they've had it like in something.
Unless they have terrible.
There are parents who
a sit down steak.
Evil parents.
I knew kids that went to my school and they had never tried a legit just like steak.
Steak. Oh my gosh.
It's like what the heck?
I think Don was like that. He hadn't had any.
Don?
He hadn't had a steak before.
Who's Don?
At one point.
Don Smith.
Oh.
Really?
I think so.
Sailor's like the opposite of that. Literally, all he's ever eaten is meat. He never ate anything else.
He ate other stuff. He's just
joke. He's just pulling everybody's leg.
He's pulling your leg.
We were all like, "You've never had a grape before?"
He's like, "No,
I've never had a grape."
No, it's possible that he's never had certain fruits, but yeah.
Right.
I couldn't.
Like, I mean, I haven't had. Never mind. I have had that fruit.
You vegan donut.
Just you vegan donut.
You vegan donut.
No, but the thing. So
you absolute donut. What's going on?
He knows. He knows.
So, there's actually... I have a friend who's a vegetarian because she doesn't actually like meat. It has nothing to do with the ethics of it. She just dislikes meat.
For people who are watching this, just listen to it. Danny got up and was about to leave.
Yeah, there's no way you can... I'm out.
So
I'm out.
Her mom had her eating meat when she was younger, and she.
How dare she? How dare she force her child to eat meat? She doesn't know if she's a carnivore or vegan yet.
Right, and then she was like, "Mom,
she doesn't know if she's a she yet."
This is nasty. This is nasty. She said, "This is nasty meat," and then her mom was like, "Oh, you don't like meat?" She's like, "No, I'm never eating it ever again."
Not even like. Chicken nuggets?
She knew.
She
knew she was a vegan.
Chicken tenders?
She was a vegan from birth.
Pepperoni?
From birth.
Well, I don't know.
She's the purest of all of us.
She does like those imitation chicken nuggets. She likes the vegetarian chicken nuggets.
That's not meat.
Exactly.
But it tastes like meat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But so that's what's weird about it is like, does she actually dislike meat because she likes those things that taste like meat?
Or is she just trying to get attention?
No. It's been a long time. So I was thinking when it comes to vegans, so vegans want everyone to be vegan for some reason. Like, it seems like it. The vegan religion, at least.
There's different sects of vegans and there's, like, the vegans that are, like, the religious vegans.
So how many vegan genders are there?
It's a spectrum.
This is a spectrum of
vegan
vegan gender?
Number on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You either eat meat or you don't eat meat.
Right, but, well, I mean, those are the two sides.
Okay, so then
in between, there's all kinds.
So I would say in between not and yes is nothing. Like, between yay and nay is emptiness. There's nothing there.
Or there's people that will sometimes not eat meat.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them vegetarians.
But then
I would call them
sometimes.
Because sometimes I don't eat meat, but I'm definitely not vegetarian.
But well, anyway.
Sometimes I don't eat rocks, but that doesn't make me an anti-rocker.
Do you sometimes
eat rocks?
Oh, okay.
Well, next podcast.
We discovered another secret.
You eat rocks?
You eat rocks? Okay, so I mean, I'm not judging you or
Occasionally I
anything.
eat rocks.
But all right, well, I would be on the other end of that spectrum.
Where you do never
where
eat rocks?
I never eat rocks. Oh wait,
Yeah,
we eat salt. No, salt's not a rock.
I mean, it could be. Yeah,
I've licked a rock before that tastes like salt. You know those salt rocks?
Yeah, that's just
Delights?
That is just salt.
Right.
That's just the salt rocks.
Salt rocks are salt.
Yeah, I mean.
So they classify them as rocks.
Yeah, minerals.
So
other minerals. You have minerals in your water. You eat rocks.
If you eat salt, if you eat minerals, then you are actually a rock eater.
Probably eaten sand before. That's like.
Wow. So we just judged everybody.
You just judged
me as
you
dumb
judged my heart before you knew it.
when we figured out that it actually isn't that weird.
This is why you should always know that God is the only person who can judge a man's heart.
We're at an hour and 18 minutes. Is
That's
this
wonderful.
conversation boring yet?
No, it's gotten more interesting, so shut up.
I'm just wondering.
It's finally gotten more interesting now that we're talking about dinosaurs.
Talking about the problem of sleep deprivation.
Yeah, we are.
And due to technology.
We are talking about sleep deprivation.
Well, I kind of knew we were.
Hey,
that's what you do.
You just tangent.
Right.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
But speaking,
I mean, I'm still new to this whole podcast
but
thing,
to do the sleep
go back to sleep deprivation.
Just have self-control.
That's a lot easier said than done.
I want you to get a video of yourself shown you saying that when you're staying up at night watching something.
Can you imagine? No, I'm staying up late and this video pops up on my YouTube thing.
Control your phone to instead of the whatever Apple thing pops up that's like your screen time's running low or you're you've reached your max screen time. Instead of that,
is my.
Sorry.
He's allowed to swipe.
Swipe. Right, that's kind of
when instead of that popping up a video of you can
swipe.
Choose.
Yeah, doesn't that feel good?
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you could choose what popped up whenever your time ran out and it was just a video? Just have self-control.
Have self-control.
And you're like, shoot. Self-control. I would.
You guys are saying this too. I'm just waiting for the video to pop up when you guys are doing the
You should at 2 a.m, if you see me on Facebook, just send me this video.
Yeah.
That thing is so inaccurate, though. The active thing is so inaccurate. Right. It actually makes me mad.
Oh, that's true.
Because I actually saw that you were active. I was like, oh, I'm up this late.
On
Kira's
Facebook?
too. I was like, nah, they're so inaccurate. Kira's
There's
not
no way I'm on Facebook.
Yeah.
Unless it was relevant.
No.
So if it was a Tuesday night,
unless there is a way you were on Facebook. You didn't know.
Ooh, that just gave me a chill down my spine. Because, if there's somebody logging into my Facebook account and using,
whoa, chill.
Without me.
Oh my gosh, I just got a chill go down my right finger. Right finger. That actually would make sense.
Is that a new,
left, right finger.
Is that a phobia? I wonder if there's a phobia of,
people
someone
using your
else
social media
using your account?
If there is, I have it.
Is there a phobia of identity theft or something like that? Internet identity theft?
Google.
That's What?
I actually saw something where a guy legit got hacked, and he hacked his bank account.
So I imagine one of the worst things you could do to Kira is to say something funny on her Facebook.
What the heck?
Kleptophobia. Oh no, that's just a fear of theft.
Oh.
Yeah.
But why would that be the worst thing that you could do to me?
Because you said that you have a phobia of someone
that would not be the worst thing that you could do to me, but I will not say the worst thing because Big Brother does not get to create my Room 101 just yet.
What's that?
Have you never read 1984?
Oh,
I thought you were talking about me. I was like, what? Wait,
no, Big Brother is...
It's a room full of your fears.
Room 101.
He was afraid of rats or something, so they put a rat in his face.
Is your biggest fear, and they use it to
overcome it.
Retrain your brain to be what they want, and then they kill you.
Wait, what? This is a real thing?
This is a book. I mean, it's not a real thing.
Oh, people don't actually do it. Because I was about to say, if I say my fear right now, are people actually gonna contact me and take me into this room and fill me in a room full of snakes?
What you should do is
shoot.
Say something that.
Well, that sucks.
Are you Indiana Jones?
No. Someone's calling me.
Yeah, okay.
Why did it have to be
I'll be Jack Sparrow, you could be Indiana Jones, and then we'll figure out Captain Marvel.
Oh, that's right.
Can I just flip this table right now? Done! We're done! Flip! Oh my gosh!
That's funny.
Of all of the negative things you could say.
So that was the worst thing.
That's the worst. That's definitely the worst.
We gotta dress Kira up in a Captain Marvel
costume. Oh my gosh, that's my Room 101.
I'm still waiting for that day.
Turning me into Captain Marvel. Oh!
Giving you that stupid haircut.
Oh, no.
Oh, don't do that.
Kira becomes Karen.
I've respired now.
I've expired.
So yeah, that's right.
I'm
Indiana
dead.
Jones is actually scared of snakes. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, and why did you say
Captain Jack Sparrow? Because he just...
What do you got a fear of?
I like his music.
Dun 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 dun.
I like his music.
Oh, I know Jack Sparrow's fear when there's a bunch of
commitment.
Tribes chasing after.
Or that's not his fear.
Losing the Black Pearl.
Oh, that'd be it. I need a sailboat, and I don't even have a sailboat.
Lose the pearl.
I need a pearl.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm.
Give me that pearl. Give me that horizon.
Oh, well, actually, I don't think Jack Sparrow, it would be the Black Pearl because Jack Sparrow was willing to be Davy Jones and be on the Dutchman.
Yeah, but that's because the Dutchman was a better ship. It's just...
Exactly. So the biggest fear is just not being a captain.
Yeah.
He just wanted to be an eternal captain.
Eternally a captain.
Eternally a captain.
At sea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe he just didn't want to go to hell.
That too. Yeah.
Anyway.
I think that might be everybody's fear.
That is a good series.
Let's not go to hell.
There you go. He's not that bad a guy. He just doesn't want to go to hell.
Everybody. Who wants to go to hell? Oh, wait. Satanists want to go to hell.
No, they don't. They just
They do, yeah.
They don't understand what...
I remember seeing a video of a guy saying he wants to go to hell. I was like, no, you don't. You're just so lost. It's crazy.
It's like, people say stuff like that because they're funny.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs? What time?
We're at
an
hour and 30?
20.
That's pretty good.
I mean, we've actually had interesting conversations. That's fun.
Yeah.
More interesting than last time.
I mean, we talked about sleep deprivation being a problem. I think everybody knows that's a problem. I think everybody knows that screen
let's talk to Hunter about
usage is a problem.
About the issue he wanted to bring up.
Self-control is the solution.
Which one?
Because usually when we have guests, we're going to have the guests to talk to them about the problem solving. So, Hunter, you sent us an email.
Wait, can we read the email actually? I think that would be good.
Read the email.
Yeah, read the email.
Alright, let me get up here.
Now, I did not think this was going to actually go through, but I'm here sitting here right now. So clearly, guys, it works.
Yeah, the email works. So if you have any ideas for a story, hit us up.
So I don't really have a problem I'm trying to solve.
I don't actually believe this.
But I do think this is something that I've always had a little interest. I used to really be involved with it, but now I like that I'm more skeptical than anything about it now. Because I like being a skeptic.
You like being an agnostic?
What is that?
Agnostic means I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. Can you not find the email? I'll search it up.
He's like, I have it, like, my favorites.
It's a great email, too. It's good.
You might actually,
Hunter.
yeah, you might actually be able to get it closer than that. Woo! We could actually just pause it. Okay.
It's the
Here
first
it is.
one. Okay, so I'll read it because it's mine.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, this is voice.
Hunter Brito says.
So, I feel you guys should do a story about Bigfoot because I believe that is a big problem.
Ha! I see what you did there. Bigfoot.
He's like,
I'm not even gonna lie. I did not plan that at all. I literally just did that. That is crazy.
It's a big problem.
The Bigfoot, the big problem.
Yeah, I did not even. I just said it like that. That's hilarious.
You did not do that.
Alright,
Okay.
who wants to read the reply?
Oh.
Oh, we're gonna look. We're not reading this reply.
Oh, okay.
It's not important.
Yeah. But
so
what's the problem?
Basically, we just cussed him out for embarrassing us.
So
but
right, I got cussed out and
he wasn't taking us seriously enough.
Yeah,
but so we
definitely.
Okay, that is a lie. That is
we cuss people
different.
out because we're definitely
like that
cussers.
Cussers. Ew. Did you say custard? Now you made me hungry. I want vanilla custard ice cream.
Okay.
No. Okay. So what's
Bigfoot.
the problem?
What's the problem
what is
with Bigfoot,
the problem? Why is that a problem?
Why is that a problem?
So I don't know what I was thinking when I said a big problem. I don't think it's a big problem. It's just something that I feel.
Bigfoot's coming out everywhere.
Right. Well, not only that, but me personally.
The fact that nobody knows enough about them.
Again, just
is that
like
a problem?
just like the flat Earth, there are people who are their career is Bigfoot research. They are legit Bigfooters.
Bigfooters.
And they go in the woods and they search for an ape-like creature that walks on 2 feet and supposedly makes noises and stuff in the woods.
So
and
that's a
can
problem?
Interact. No, I don't know why. Again, I don't know why.
What if it's just like the guy who played Chewbacca, like stole the Chewbacca suit from?
So that's the thing.
And he went to all these different places and
Kira did not know this.
He's probably got plenty of money.
It's their species. It's not one. It's not just Bigfoot.
It's multiple.
There's multiple. It's like us.
So is the Yeti like similar to that?
Yes.
Right.
It's part of the same species. Like it's the winter version of that.
The winter.
No, it's not the winter version.
It
doesn't come out. It doesn't
the winter edition.
A Yeti does not come out in winter. A Yeti is like in Alaska or something. Right.
Exactly.
I want to see like a fashion week of
winter edition.
Different Bigfoot versions. Doing the catwalk as Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's just like.
No, he's gonna walk in like with swinging his arms back and forth.
Oh,
so and they reproduce too. They reproduce. So
that's part of it.
Look,
how do they do that?
Another story for another day, for another podcast.
Uncensored.
And they even have baby Bigfoots. They call them juveniles.
Juveniles?
Juvenile Bigfoots.
So is juvenile
Bigfoot,
mom, how tall is that?
It's like Kira.
So
not
juvenile.
You know, the baby, they grow.
Yeah,
they grow.
So at their smallest, they're my tallest.
So it's not a problem. The thing that I have, actually it is a problem. Because
it's a problem.
And I've heard,
that they're bigger than
I used to be like,
There's not a lot of Bigfoots,
I would say,
I know why.
Addicted. I would say I actually used to be addicted.
Can you imagine giving birth to something the size of a Kira?
Okay, it doesn't start out that big. It's a baby.
Oh, so baby Bigfoot is
a juvenile is like a young teen.
So how big is baby Bigfoot?
Whoa. It's like a regular
baby.
We
don't. The scientists don't even know that.
Yeah, no, he knows.
I don't know. But people who believe.
How did you find that
People who believe actually again, researchers, scientists, the biggest scientists.
So are they
scientists out
extinct?
there
Is that the
Dr.
problem we need to
No,
figure
they're
out?
not
Are they going
They're
extinct?
just the thing
We
is,
almost got a
is
quote. What is the doctor's name for the biggest Bigfoot scientist?
Dr. Jeff Meldrum.
Meldrum. Okay, Jeff Meldrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
He's one of the biggest Bigfoot, I'd say, scientists.
are there
Is he a real
Bigfoot
doctor?
advocates?
He studied what?
Like advocates, like,
what do you mean?
oh, like we've taken over a Bigfoot habitat and we need to get out of it or something.
Well, we have to prove that they exist.
No,
first.
right.
Oh.
It takes a little.
So I don't. There might be. I don't. Again,
So
I
that's
don't know
the
everything.
start.
We need to find Bigfoot because I'd imagine that would taste good.
But there are some people out there. There are some
Bigfoot.
people out there who are like, oh, Bigfoot. If we find it, we should kill it. Boom, we prove it exists. Which okay,
And then
that's good.
you have like.
But then there's
kill the last
definitely the
Bigfoot.
researchers who are like, I'm just trying to find it and give it respect. I'm just trying to look at it, get it, prove that it exists,
Study
but
it
and
like
just
we study
right, just
all
like
of
it's
these other
a,
things
just
in
like
life.
it's a. If I
Yeah.
were to go see a bear, look for a bear. Which.
Right. Well,
If you're gonna go looking for a bear, you want to bring a gun.
Oh yeah.
And then there's people that hunt for bears.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who just looks for bear.
Yeah.
I do know people.
Bear
who-
scientists. I mean,
I know someone. Wait, can I promote it? I don't know if I should.
what are you?
Oh, I'm not gonna promote it actually.
Okay.
Grizzly Man.
Oh.
That documentary.
He just lived.
Don't
with
go watch
bears.
it. People are gonna go watch it now. Dang it.
No one's watching this.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Elon Musk, hopefully.
Wow.
Hopefully.
Could you imagine?
Treebeard.
Treebeard, Elon.
Make a tree
We're
beard.
holding it to it.
Like, dinosaurs
anyway,
cool,
I
but tree
think-
beard is the next level.
So
My problem is, it's like, I personally don't think Bigfoot exists anymore because I have not seen a Bigfoot with my own two eyes, and I do not think that there's still enough evidence. And I'm fighting.
But
with,
you think that they could have existed at some point?
No. Even right now, I do think it's possible that they exist.
Right.
It makes sense to me.
It's possible.
It definitely makes sense
It's just
to
like
me.
aliens.
Aliens don't make sense to me.
But aliens make more sense to me than
I
Bigfoot.
would actually
Really?
say.
Oh, yeah.
that-
Oh,
did
wow.
you see all of the stuff leaked? Who released all of that stuff? It was during Trump's administration.
Oh, you're talking about the, I think the Pentagon
the
released it.
Pentagon released all of this stuff from Area.
No, not Area 51. It was
51.
New Mexico off the coast of... No, it was off the coast of
Why?
California,
Wait,
I think.
again, why did Area 51 get so to be like, oh, aliens?
Because the Bigfoot people, before they existed, they were alien people. And they, needed...
Well, there was a lot of weird happenings happening around that
I'd
area.
imagine DARPA was working on something, and...
There was radiation and all of this weird stuff. People were hallucinating and things like that. And
I don't know the history of aliens because when I
I've
meet
never
one...
given it much serious
Speaking of Elon,
thought.
he doesn't believe in aliens. So, if Elon Musk doesn't believe in aliens, they do not exist.
I don't.
Okay.
I'll put it that way.
Okay.
I don't believe in aliens.
I'm not
I
just
think
gonna
that's the most stupidest
blindly
thing, yeah.
follow Elon Musk.
Because his reason for saying that
But
is
yeah, I
because,
believe I don't believe in Bigfoot.
they're extremely... If they exist, they're extremely shy. Because he's trying to put stuff on Mars, and he still doesn't
True.
know about them.
But
True.
to talk about Bigfoot,
True. Same thing about Bigfoot.
I think that
If he exists, he's extremely shy.
Like, they might exist, but they have never been to Earth.
Right.
Is what...
Bigfoot.
No,
Aliens.
aliens. Like, Musk says that they have never been to Earth.
Mm.
Like, aliens.
So even those UFO
Sightings?
sightings, yeah, where it's weird stuff where it's this craft is doing stuff that
It's more
that
likely
certified
DARPA
Air
stuff.
Force people have said this is not possible.
It's
with
more
any
likely the
aircraft that
government
I'm
is-
familiar with.
It's more likely the U.S. government is toying with stuff. So actually, my theory, for the stuff that happened with the airplanes following the Tic Tac story.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what was actually going on with that is, if that actually happened, it's more likely, and if this technology actually exists, just putting all that out there, if it actually exists, if it's real, what's actually happening is the American government was flexing on the Chinese government, saying that this exists, and the Chinese know that the only people who could have it are the Americans.
And everybody else thought aliens.
And they were making it look like aliens because they didn't want to tell the world
Actually
that they had
tell
this
the world that
technology
they
and they
had
weren't
it.
letting anyone else have it.
But they were letting the Chinese infer
Yeah,
that we are actually
that there's something going on.
this powerful.
Or everything's faked, and they were just doing that just to mess with the Chinese. Still, to get them to infer that we have something, and we don't have something.
So everything, as usual, everything is the government. Every supernatural, or
in
not
this situation,
supernatural,
like,
but every wacky thing is the government.
This would be government stuff.
I mean, it's plausible. What about Bigfoot? Do you think that's the government?
No, I think Bigfoot is literally it's probably some guy who's like growing his hair out really long and has a big beard.
That's the thing.
Okay, so tell him about the documentary. Tell them about how they did that entire thing about the video.
So
they tried
the infamous if you were to look
The
up
first
Bigfoot right now,
the one where he's
first
walking in the
picture
woods
that would pop up is that iconic
with the arm
photo.
waving.
And so many people, and again, when I first even look at it, I'd be like, okay, that's possible, where someone could easily, be right.
Boom.
Could be Thing is, I watched a documentary about it.
Yeah, I can do that.
And they had an athletic man, not athletic, or what like
It has
I guess athletic.
A guy, the biggest. They got this huge dude, and they were like
not a
trying.
Huge,
it was like a
MythBuster
like
a huge dude. It was like an athlete, a guy who was
the guy
fit,
who would be the same dimensions as this
right.
video.
Okay, not dimensions. It was just an athletic person who should be able to do these type of movements.
They're saying if somebody
they put him on
faked
this.
That's
fake.
Well, that's a picture.
They
That's
put-
a poster.
But it looks similar.
If somebody was trying to fake this, if a human being was trying to do this.
And they did all these tests, and they even built a whole machine to try to get him. He could not physically reenact and do the exact same movements as
That's just a person.
Bigfoot.
No, that's actually
That's
just
sign.
cut out. That's like
Oh, yeah.
cut out.
No, you're gonna see fake stuff because again,
Right,
Bigfoot
I mean-
is known to be.
I love how you're
So-
like trying to defend it.
Shut
No,
up.
they
But I'm
did a
being for real.
documentary.
I understand.
It must be true.
I'm just looking at like.
Yeah, so it's just
So
the
that
thing is,
film
You want to
is
say
actually-
the film is
wait.
faked by
I've seen the
humans.
film before.
Right,
I'm
that
just-
film is actually called the Patterson Gimlin film,
If the film is
which
faked
I've
by
actually
humans,
met Bob Gilman myself.
You've met
Shout
Bob
out to you,
Gilman.
Bob Gilman.
Can I just make the
Who's
claim?
Patterson Gimlin?
His name was Roger Patterson. It was his buddy who they were just horseback riding,
And Bob was.
and the
other
horses were going crazy. It actually has the whole story. The horses were like going crazy, and they look over at the creek bed. This is actually in California, Bluff Creek, and they see this.
Have you been there?
What? No, heck no. That's a lot of driving.
I was just wondering how committed you are to this.
No, I was addicted to this, and I would like go to the Bigfoot conferences.
No,
and
that's okay.
listen to this stuff.
Yeah, people have their interests.
So anyway, and then they see this creature. He thought it was a bear at first, and they see a bear walking on 2 feet, which bears have done that.
Yeah.
But again, he did
Not with
get
that-
this on
the
film.
images.
Not with the way
Weird.
that not with how he was moving. So okay, so the whole point is, if this video could be faked by human beings, then it could be done again. But that is really loud.
Sorry about that.
But that has not been done. You're not going to be able to
turn it down all the
hear.
way.
You're not going to be able to hear this on the.
Well, right.
Because it's
I'm
coming
just-
through here. So.
And they won't even see this either, but
Right, but the thing is, if
It's an
it's
old video.
right,
Yeah.
if it's faked by humans, it can be faked again, and the fact that they haven't been able to fake it again,
So-
is
Is there a place?
pretty compelling that it wasn't fake.
So the Bigfoot hunt sounds hilarious, but
look.
It's so shaky though.
Wait, he's gonna.
Okay.
Because he's running.
He's running?
He got off
He's
his horse and he's running to the
Whoa,
creek
whoa.
bed.
it's just like moseying on. It's like, hey, leave me alone, man.
What about a gorilla?
So
Think a
turn
gorilla
around.
could do that?
No, that's not the shape of a gorilla.
Yeah.
That's the shape of a human.
Or a bipedal. Look.
No, that's actually the shape of a human. Like
Oh, right.
Garrett has like long arms.
Not that long.
Yeah, that's pretty long.
But I'm just saying, there's no. I don't know. Okay, so.
And it's funny because,
Oh, that picture looks
so
pretty good.
actually that was not, Bob Gilman did not film this, that's right. Roger filmed this.
Okay.
Roger Patterson filmed that. And that was Bob Gilman on front of the horse, you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
he
you
was
met him?
saying in the story, because they didn't know what it was going to do. So he
So
said,
they ran at it?
He said, cover me. And Bob kept his gun on the creature the whole way because they didn't know what he was going to do.
So if they shot it and it was a human, it would have been a bad day.
Yeah, so
That
the
would've
thing
been a
is,
bad day.
well, actually, so, and they go back later, too. They go back and they find stinking footprints. That's another thing about Bigfoot is that people are crazy about, or not crazy about, but they also, that's another research thing, is
Right, they see the footprints.
see these big, huge footprints, and, you know, they do the research on them, and scientists do them and stuff, and they see that this is not a human foot or, you know, stuff like that. It's very hard. I mean, I'm not, like, mad that you, like, I don't think Bigfoot believes.
I
I don't throw out the possibility of bipedal creatures being in the woods.
How big do they say that Bigfoot is?
They can get up to, like, 9
9 foot.
Huge.
Pretty big.
Considered huge.
Yeah.
It's pretty tall.
It's pretty up there.
Yeah, these rooms are 9 foot, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty scary. I mean, that'd be
hard
legit.
to hide.
Well, right. It's very
You would
it's very
think.
complicated.
But
Which
yeah,
I
they're
understand.
either
I'm like,
they're
yeah,
really
it's like-
intelligent or something. I mean, I wouldn't put it past God being able to create a creature that is that complex.
I would put it past God being able to keep this creature from being found
Seen.
by people with iPhones.
Right.
Not iPhones exist.
That's another thing. Well, and technology is getting bigger and bigger, but some people do, and again, some people don't want to believe, have proven that Bigfoot technically exists, because people have found hair samples. There's even this one project where
Wait, they have hair samples?
yeah.
So why don't we just clone a Bigfoot?
Well, yeah.
Like,
Well, and they've considered
Clone
the hair to be, you know, undefined. I don't think they can technically consider a hair to be Bigfoot,
okay.
because, you know, it's not. I don't
What-
know. But
What if they figured out how to clone it? Whatever it was.
I mean,
And they're like, oh, this is just a horse. Or, oh, this is just a bear.
these are just a bunch of bears that were next to a nuclear plant.
Yeah.
They got weirdly modified to have
Drinking some
legs
bad
that
water.
are like, I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't be able to
It's
tell that from the
interesting,
hair.
but is it a problem? Do we need to solve it?
The problem is, if it does exist and we still don't know about it, that is a problem.
That is a problem.
That is
What's
a
wrong
problem.
with humans? Why can we not
Yeah.
figure this out?
Maybe they're just really
So
clever.
I think
That's what I was
my
thinking.
solution is
Maybe the
we
big
go on a stinking Bigfoot road trip. All right. I'm going. Mark my words. Clip to the video right now that we're in Ohio searching for Bigfoot right now.
It's never gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
I've never been to Ohio. Yeah, I have been to Ohio, but it's never gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Well, I think this podcast has gone on long enough.
Yeah.
I think
We're going
it's
to
time.
Ohio at the guest now. It's
Mhm.
never gonna happen.
I think it's time to call it a end. All right.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah,
What?
bye.